Oh my gosh, it's time.
Did we lock the door?
I don't know. Yeah, me.
Compressor is on.
No, it's not. Good afternoon. What's up from Cincinnati? What's up from Arizona? What's up, Cornut? Negative 3dB in the house. What is happening, everybody? Checking in from Massachusetts, Northern Indiana, Cali. Hey guys, hot 101 here in Dallas.
What's up?
Texas. Hey everyone. What's up, Dave?
It's in the house.
It is not that here, but it is just blistering. Oh man, it's yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone is having just that, like, you know, everyone had a crappy winter, right? So now it's time to have a crappy summer. I mean, isn't that how that works?
No.
Right? Union from Trinidad, matching T-shirts. Yes, they both suck. Oh, speaking of T-shirts. Oh, let's do this real quick. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's head over here to the laptop. New T-shirt just dropped for those of you that are ARC Audio fans, or just fans of Brian Mitchell. This is the new Brian mode. So the joke that was said was, you know, Brian, as you know, if you've seen his Cadillac, he takes everything to the, like, there's 10 and then there's Brian. And right. Brian just, he's always going
in a different level.
On a whole nother level. So Brian got his own T-shirt where it's like, you know, breaking the volume knob off and take it directly to 10 and then go past 10, and we just penciled in Brian Mitchell mode. The other cool thing too is if you go to the back of the T-shirt, hang on, when you go to the back of the T-shirt, Brian also has a little Frenchie. So on the back, of course, put the Smash Force production and then a little Frenchie. But if we zoom in on the shirt, we'll go back to the front. I'm sorry, going back to the front. So there's your Brian Mitchell. We just drew it in by hand, and there you go. So if you're a Brian Mitchell fan, or if you just want a cool shirt that when you're walking around and everyone goes, who's Brian Mitchell? And you go, you don't know who Brian Mitchell is? You had to ask, and you just keep walking. But for those of you guys who don't know who Brian Mitchell is, he's like a cool guy. He was on the show in the gorilla suit, and if you've caught any of the car videos we've done recently, he's in there. What's up? Your boy, High Five Bigger in the house.
What's up?
Africa. I like the Maestro banner behind you. And we put that up because if you'll notice down here in the lower third, German Maestro will be here live this Friday, the 6th at 6:30 on YouTube, this channel right here. And of course, if you want to know more about them, you can go to GermanMaestroUSA.com and check it out. But they'll be here Friday.
Yes.
And we get to answer all the questions that are, why do they say they're the old MB quartz and all that other fun stuff. It'll all be answered. We get to ask all those questions, so I'm pretty excited. Netherlands checking in.
What's going on?
Holland. Like, yeah, we knew that.
Holland. I like Holland.
You know. How much does it cost to install steering wheel adapter? Depends. Depends on what kind of car. Depends on it needs to be wiring. I don't know, hours worth of labor maybe. Dean, can you drop a notice on Friday, 30 minutes before the start of... Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll try to do something. I'll put up a reminder, of course, and then we'll go on Instagram beforehand, but we'll do what we can. We want everyone to be there and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, from Alamo City.
Yep.
Hey, from Hickory, North Carolina. Have you ever done a first-gen Chevy Volt? I can't say that I have. I honestly wouldn't remember. Where's the best place to put 3 amplifier rack and a 2015 RAV4?
How big is your
Depends
amplifier?
how big the amplifiers are.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a huge well in the back. Underneath, because you have the floor and then you have the fake floor and then you have the spare tire. I know in the last RAV4 we did, we actually put 2 subwoofer enclosures in there and made a whole amp rack because we went with the mini T's because we knew we didn't have a lot of room. But that's where we went. She didn't care about her tire.
Can 2-kicker key 204 run a Focal Flex 3-way set?
I would never do that. I would never do that, no. That's a bad combination for sure. Yeah, no. There's better ways to do that. No, we haven't installed his amps. Yeah. What's up from LA?
Mini cupcakes or full-size cupcakes? What do you like?
I like mini.
I like
the mini. That lady that dropped off those mini cupcakes that one day. Yeah. Because I like variety. I don't want to eat the same thing. I kind of get bored after a while. So like I like mini donuts. I I think those are real, because I want to have a bunch of flavor, but I don't want to eat a bunch of stuff. So, you know, to me, I like when I buy chocolate, I buy the variety pack of chocolate because I want to be like.
But also, I feel if I buy the big one, then I'm not gonna finish it. So I'd rather to finish the small one.
Yeah. I knew you did. Okay, I knew you did. Okay, what's happening? DIY audio guy in the house.
Pacific Northwest.
Up there. What's up, El Fuego?
The Pacific Northwest. I like
so, dude, it was so funny on Hi-Fi's show on reverse polarity.
Yeah.
You know, we showed the video of the dude. I got 4 12s, 2 15s, and an 18. That guy. And in the trunk of the car, he had a Faygo, a big bottle of Faygo, and somebody had made a joke, and you know, an El Fuego joke. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was funny. Representing RVH, what's going on?
Minimum power for 2 shallow P3 10s.
Typically, we'll go like 800 watts. Like the most popular combination for that is the audio control AC
LC 800.1.
Yep, thank you. That's kind of our go-to amp.
Yeah.
We'll also use the T750.1.
T750.1.
But we do a lot of those too. So really, I guess what you're looking at is somewhere around 800 watts. Is a really good combination for that.
Yep.
So why would 2 kicker keys be a bad as all given to me? Well, you didn't say it was all given to you for free.
Well, I mean, if they giving it to you, it's fine, but it's a bad combination to use.
Like if I'm looking at the shelf and I'm going, what should I do? I'm not using that.
No,
it's just not. I'm not using that because that's not the best combination of product. You can't bridge the amplifiers.
I mean,
what you're going to end up doing is you're going to do one kicker key that is going to do the tweeter in the mid. It doesn't have the right crossover for the mid, so you're going to have to put some form of capacitor on it because it's not designed for that. It's the same thing with their little snowman. It's not designed for that either.
No.
So, and then you can't bridge it to the front mid bass, and the 70 watts really isn't enough to power those.
And you cannot use the key technology because it's like
it's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use it as a line driver in another amplifier, but
But I mean, if you have it, somebody give it to you, hey.
Yeah, El Fuego. That's what it was. El Fuego. El Fuego. Yeah.
That's not funny.
Gold Peak Tea versus Pure Leaf Tea. Pure Leaf Tea. Pure Leaf all the way. I don't like Gold Peak.
No?
No, not my favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's like time to go and I need a kick, I don't really care whose name is on it, just so it says it has caffeine.
That's right.
These guys make some of the caffeine-free crap that, like,
Pure.
Who's drinking caffeine-free tea? Ugh, why? Why bother? I mean, at that point, just drink water. Well, audio control 1500 watt amp power a 13.5 W7. If we're talking just one, it has 1500 watts. It's enough to do it.
13 W5 W7. Okay.
Yeah, 13.5-inch W7. It's 1500 watts. So
yes.
At a minimum, it's 1500 watts.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know why it would. I think it would have a good enough time doing that. Yeah. Hey guys, 2015 F-150. Okay to ground amp to frame or go to bracket. We just go 100% to the battery. Honestly, I think you're splitting hairs, but it's just easier to go to the battery. We used to go to the frame.
Oscar!
And honestly, we'd probably still go to the frame if it wasn't for nav TV. So
yeah,
I don't think you're wrong either way. For us, it just makes sense because it's like, we don't want to hear it.
Hey, so we have a bad experience and we don't want to go there. So if it works for you, it works for you. But
is this the Italian job? Exactly. Why don't you like dogs? I had a bad experience. Well, I had a bad experience. Okay.
Done.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Sweet
That's
tea.
like having unsweet tea. Oh God, like who? Like I don't understand unsweet tea.
What?
Like to me, the only reason why you get unsweet tea is because you want to sweeten it yourself, and you're like picky that way.
Probably.
But I don't know. It's like I got. Oh, can I
you
get
drop one and
it's like,
that's enough.
I'm only gonna add 5 crystals to mine, and now it's sweetened just the way I like it. And I do the fork thing with the orange. I don't do any of that crap, man. It's like you got lemonade, yeah. You got tea. Arnold Palmer, please. Back off.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, Oscar.
Arnold Palmer.
2017 Cruise non-amplified system, adding sub-amp, but amp powering the speakers. I'm tapping into instead of sub.
I'm tapping into instead of the sub.
Why would we not tap into the sub?
Not because it's not amplified.
Okay.
It's not an amplified system. Adding a
Adding
subwoofer.
sub-amp, but
So you just
amp-
tap the
front doors.
the front doors, correct?
Yeah, if that's the question,
If it doesn't have an amplifier,
we tap into the front door.
Correct.
It's bad water.
I like that. That's bad.
I mean, let's be honest. When you look at tea, it just looks like dirty water, anyways. I mean,
Yeah, it's bad. That was good.
dude, who out there has watched Ted Lasso? You
No,
haven't
me,
watched Ted
never.
Lasso because you gotta have Apple Plus.
Yeah,
But
I
man,
don't have that
honestly, Apple Plus is worth paying for just to watch Ted Lasso. But he does the thing like he hates tea, like
Uh-huh.
the tea that they drink, and he's like, "This is like a bad joke, right? Y'all don't actually drink this stuff." Oh my god, it's hilarious. But I feel so like this is Southern tea. This is not that type of tea.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like the tea that Pinky's Out tea that that stuff is not this. I mean, like Eau Grey or chamomile tea.
El Fernandez, what's up,
It's
brother?
like drinking coffee. I like Texas tea.
I like Texas tea.
You don't like Long Island tea? I mean, come on, woo!
Yeah.
Hey, at 25 hertz to life, been a while. There you go.
Yeah, man.
Hey guys, love the content. 06 Silverado, 6
volt.
point 320 McMahon alternators. Where y'all do I need to run ground wires to? Well, regardless of what you have for this, as far as the alternate goes, ground wires that I recommend, if you have a battery underneath the hood, I will, when we're doing our grounding, I go from the battery to the body, specifically in a pickup truck. I go from this to the body, meaning the metal structure that the vehicle is. I'll go from the battery down to the frame, and then I'll go from the battery to the block, okay? And then I will sometimes add in, now the one to the frame, obviously it's a car, you don't need to worry about that because there is no frame, but I will also come off the block back to the body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, truck aside, yes, go down to the frame, but most of the time what it is it's this triangle I like to do that connects everything together, and I feel that's enough of a ground to make everything happen. But that's just me, and that's just what I do. It's not necessarily what you have to do. But if you want a power wire kit for your Big 3 upgrade, make sure you head over to the hi5vega.com, I believe, or I think it's hi5vega.com, something like that. Yeah, he sells the Big 3 upgrade kits in multiples of colors and sizes.
Nice.
So Hi-Fi will drop a link in here, and if you're interested in the Big 3, by all means. Plus, he's done a great review of zero gauge power wire, and he's really spent a lot of time getting really deep into that.
So
I like
dirty.
spearmint. Oh,
What?
he likes the spearmint tea. Oh God,
I like the Publix.
Oh, Publix tea is the bomb,
Publix
man. Dude,
tea is
Publix tea
good.
now has the flavored teas
Yes.
like we bought
Yeah,
before
raspberry.
we left. Yeah,
I grabbed the raspberry
the
one.
peach. The peach. Yep. Oh, the peach is the bomb. And we left them all here. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Suck.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Does Texas have Publix? God, wouldn't that be nice? Sorry.
All
that
right.
was my bad.
So we have a Lexus CT200H hybrid.
Nice.
Best amplifier for aftermarket door speakers. Infinity reference, 3 front tweeters, 2 front 6x9s, rear 6.5, stock sub. Leave the stock sub. I'm sorry. And I lost it.
I mean, you don't need anything too big. I don't know if you want DSP or not.
So leaving the stock subwoofer
Yeah.
and connected to the stock radio. How do I bypass the stock amplifier?
You don't.
No.
All right. So when integrating into a factory radio, there's a couple, I'm not even going to list the number, but there's a couple different things that happen. First off, you want to check and see at these places here. So this is a screenshot. Take a screenshot right now, or take a picture of the TV, whichever works for you. Pack-Audio.com, Maestro. Okay, so all these companies, they make adapters. They're basically called Amp Pros or AR or amplifier radio interfaces that allow you to keep the factory radio and do integration. If none of this exists for your car, which probably doesn't, then you have to do some work, meaning you have to go into the car with your digital multimeter, because you probably don't have an RTA, and we have to find out one of two things, meaning between the radio and the amplifier, is there a variable voltage signal, meaning when I turn up and down the volume on the radio, does the signal that is coming out of this radio to this factory amplifier go up and down like an aftermarket radio? Or is it a fixed level, meaning when I do this, nothing happens on the signal that comes from the radio to here? All right? You have to find that out. Now, you might not be able to find anything between here and here because it could just be a straight digital input, meaning the sound comes out of here digitally into the amplifier. The one that doesn't do variable voltage is very similar, meaning it's a fixed left and right, and when you do this, it's digitally telling the amplifier to go up and down. So these are the scenarios that we run into on a daily basis. If it has variable voltage, easy enough, more than likely it's just going to be something you can solder in some RCAs and go into the amplifier. If it has a fixed voltage, you're not removing the factory amplifier. You're going after the factory amplifier, doing a process called power for power. Sometimes you can do summing and just use a simple 4-channel. A lot of the times you have to do multi-channel amplifiers. So for example, like an Audison Forza or an 8.9 bit, or something from Helix where you have like an 8-channel amplifier, has 8 channels in, 8 channels out, DSP, EQ, and all those fun things. So these are things that you're going to have to either A, pay someone to do, or figure out how to do it yourself. We do have a ton of videos that talk about amplifier integration, so you might want to do a deep dive into some of those and see what you can come up with.
And you have to search it. I don't have the link.
I don't know the links, man.
All right.
Almost 2,000 videos.
Lawrence, thank you for the $4.99, man. It's a Pioneer AVIC 8500 running network mode.
Yes.
A right and a left, or still a global EQ?
No, it's still a it's a
left and a right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not a left and right. It's still just a global EQ.
Like it's a normal EQ.
It's a normal EQ.
After you changing
Doesn't matter. You don't get a left and right EQ. You get a global EQ. So on network mode, you don't get a left and right EQ.
No.
You just get EQ.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So but like you EQ and just left and right.
No, there is no left and right EQ. It's EQ, 13 bands, fixed, meaning
Okay.
global. So when it's not a left and right EQ. It's a left and right
No.
time alignment and
I know
volume
it.
control.
Yes. So you not EQ on this side and then EQ on this side.
Okay.
No, but like you put it in network mode and still you have
A global EQ.
EQ for both sides.
It's not independent though.
Yeah.
If he's asking if it's dependent, it's not
Independent.
It's
Okay.
fixed. It sucks.
So
Yeah.
you still have one EQ
You still have one EQ
both
for
sides.
both sides.
That's it.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. The new Sony will have the new
Independent.
Sony will have independent left and right, independent left, right, front, rear, sub EQs. However, it won't do network mode.
Woo! That's gonna be
I
exciting.
know, right?
Yeah, right? All right, Mike, thank you for the 15, man. Kenwood 4-channel amplifier, right?
Yeah.
4 6x9s, 2 6.5 coaxials, and a 10-inch subwoofer. I know I need another amplifier.
Yeah.
Will a monoblock work?
Yeah.
This equipment is in the toy hauler.
Yeah. I would definitely just get a small monoblock. Kenwood, if it's in a toy hauler and you're just going to add like a small 10, Kenwood makes like a small Power Sport 300 watt by 1 amplifier that's like this big, only takes up like 20 amps of current. It's super efficient, super small. This is the 4-channel version of it here, but they make a monoblock version of it. That's the exact same amplifier. So it looks just like this. That would be perfect to power that one subwoofer. Yeah, it's the same one. Just
yeah. Then you have to grab the big one.
Oh no, it's this right here. Here you go. This is it right here. There you go. That's the KACM 300.1. This is a nice one too. So yeah, pick up one of these, power that thing up, and then put the two 6x9s on 2 of the channels and put the 6.5 on the other channel. That way you can actively cross those over the right way, because you're going to want to cross over the 6x9s lower than you are the 6.5. So you
All right, so you have four 6x9s.
1 and 2, channel 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
6.5s on channels 3 and 4, and that's it. You're gonna have to have a subwoofer. I mean, you could go if it's a 4-ohm. If it's a 4-ohm sub, you could do mixed mono on 3 and 4, but I think you'd probably blow up the amplifier. Meaning on channels 3 and 4, you run the 6.5s, and no, you couldn't because the 4-ohm would have to be an 8-ohm sub. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. That would be bad.
All right, Hot Guy. Thank you for the $4.99, man.
Or just use 2 of the 6.5s and just do 4 6x9s in the sub.
I want to get into making custom boxes because I'm good with wood.
Perfect.
But I don't know how to tune them. Any recommendations?
Yeah, there's some software, box software that you can get. I'm sure one of you guys on, and if DIY is still here, he'll tell us. Actually, if you go over to DIY's audio channel, DIY Car Stereo, he does a really good job about talking about the free software that's available. And I think like every month so far, he's done like a box build, and he kind of walks you through the process. So head over to DIY Audio Guy's YouTube channel, and he does a lot of work there for box building.
Right here, I don't know if he's still here. El Fernandez also build boxes, so I know he uses software too. So
just throw the name up in the line there. But there you go. There's 2 good leads. The other thing too is that, like most manufacturers, Box Builder is one program. Oh, there you go. Most manufacturers will give you. So we'll tell you, so like if you're like, hey, I'm going to build a subwoofer for this, let's say Kicker. You know, you could call Kicker up, and they actually have the software up there running, and they can kind of walk you through.
Hey, Jose.
I know Amp has that with the Phoenix Gold. Everyone has access to the software there, so like you can. But if you just want to do it your own, When ISD, thank you.
All right, Christian Harris, thank you for the 5, man. I'm planning on doing a Phoenix Gold 600.1 amplifier and 2 Phoenix Gold subwoofers and under the seat box and doing the Phoenix Gold interior speakers. Okay. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
I mean, we did this Phoenix Gold.
You had Phoenix Gold in your car forever.
I have Phoenix Gold, yes.
Yeah, the TI.
The 12 volt online. There you go. Thank you, Al Fernandez. That's another one right there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got 12 volt online. You got Win ISD. But yeah, you had Phoenix Gold in your car forever. So.
Oh, and I love those TI2s.
Is 18 gauge wire good for 75 watt by 4 amplifier? Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, El Fuego, thank you for the 10, man. Sound deadening in a 2016 4Runner. All doors are done. How much time should it take a shop to do a top quality job on the rear hatch area? Outer metal sink, plastic both sides, and the hatch.
So we're talking the whole back of an SUV. So we're talking about the sides here, the rear door, and the roof. Honestly, if they're going to do a quality job, if you're doing both sides and the rear door, you could probably get that done in a day. I think you'd be pretty close to getting that done in a day because they're bigger side panels. But if you had to do the roof,
so the rear hatch area, it's not just this.
Well, no, the rear hatch area, because he's talking about this and this.
Okay.
So if we're not doing the floor, we're just pulling out the rear 2 side panels and the rear gate, you could probably get that done in a day. If we're having to do the headliner and the floor, you're probably looking about a day and a half. Because it takes you to do a full ground zero kit, it takes you about a day to do 2 doors. You know, finished, meaning the sound treatment, the speakers mounted, the door panel's back on. It takes
foam and the plastic
the
and
whole
everything,
thing. So
yeah.
fast strings, foam. It takes him about a day to do 2 complete doors.
I'm sorry, I'm slow.
Nah, it's just a lot of work. That's why it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's a pretty poppin' moment. Amps, Rockford Fosgate, head unit, Alpine. Yeah, you could do that. Illusion, Avalon, checking in. System seems to sound better every day.
Awesome,
yes, man.
That's
Those are my
awesome.
faves.
Yeah.
So, we'd like to thank Audio Control for sponsoring the show and making it happen. For those of you that are interested in awesome car audio equipment or home audio equipment, make sure you head over to audiocontrol.com and check it out.
Yeah.
One of the new products that will be coming out here in the next couple months, soon, is, of course, the new Audio Control Epicenter Micro. If you'd like to learn more about that, head over to our channel. About, I don't know, earlier this week we had Matthew Palumbo on to tell you all about it. This is what it looks like here. It's about the size of a cell phone. It's pretty awesome. It is not replacing the current Epicenter. It's also in addition to it, because it's going to make it's going to take their high-level to low-level capabilities to the trifecta of doom, meaning you have the LC1I, which is like if you got a pretty decent signal and you just want something better. It's a line driver and an awesome high-level to low-level adapter. You got the LC2I Pro, which is if you have a car that has bass roll-off and you're just hating life. And now you'll have the Epicenter Micro, which is if you just have a car that the bass just sucks, meaning it's got a high-pass filter on it, which some of these new cars are doing. Epicenter there for the rescue. Epicenter is a harmonic restoration device that does an octave shift. So if the lowest frequency your car is playing is 80 hertz, no problem, man. This will do a full octave shift down to 40 hertz and fill in that void and give you nice, big, fat bass. Head over to audiocontrol.com to learn more. On with the show.
Ooh, that was a nice
That was a good promo, man. I'm getting good at this.
Yeah.
What's Oscar saying?
Time for some cervezas like beers.
Ah,
yeah. Thanks for the 5, bro.
Thank you, Oscar. Why don't Audio Control take the why don't Audio Control make the? Well, it is smaller. I mean, you saw how small it is, dude. It's literally this big now. It's just this big. The thing is, you got to remember, you can't make things too small, because the smaller you make it, the more expensive it becomes. Mm-hmm. So they're also okay. If they were to just make an Epicenter smaller, it would be smaller. Can you pull that picture back up?
On
the Epicenter that you just showed me?
Of course, hang on. I say I'm slow. Hang on.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Just there you go. So let's take a look at this real quick. Now, if you look at the Epicenter, what you're looking at here is that whole bottom area is all new. So the Epicenter itself is actually tiny, but we've added load resistors to it. So it has the LGD blue, green, and gray built into it. It has GTO, signal sense, and remote turn-on capability. It has the ground ground resistance. That's the next thing over. So if you get noise or anything like that, that used to be built into the unit. So now it's on the outside. The PTM is also another feature that was built inside of the unit. They've moved in and added a switch to turn it on. And of course, the output voltage that was also built into the unit is now on the outside. And it has a high level to low level adapter built into it that'll take 40 volts of input. So if you look at like a regular Epicenter, it's
But if
gigantic.
you see the picture right now,
yeah,
you see the bass knob.
Yeah,
so
that's the bass knob.
Right there, you have a reference of how big is that one. Right?
You know, so I mean, the bass knob, even though that's the new 4, the bass knob it's still the exact same size as this bass knob.
Yeah, same thing.
Which is this guy right here. So I mean, when you look at that, and you're like look how tiny it's this. It's literally, it's. I think in the video I put my phone on top of it just to give it scale because I didn't have a penny in my pocket to show how small it was.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Anyways, thank you, Audio Control. And since you guys are all here now, let's go back to this. Make sure to tune in Friday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's this Friday coming up, August 6th. It's already August, people. Can you believe that?
August 6th, what happened?
We're going to have German Maestro here. We're going to talk to them. We're going to have them tell us an awesome story all about how MB Courts, how they're, the whole thing. We're going to learn all about it.
So, and somebody asked if the banner in the back is going to be permanent. No, so we just put it because, hey, on Friday at 6:30 we're gonna have German Maestro right there, but
it's gone,
dude.
The amp is gone.
Don't do that. They naked.
Yeah, I know.
Take it out.
The amp is gone.
Yeah.
It's on this wall over here. We talked about doing that. We finally got a chance. Look at this. This is a new demo we put together for you guys. So when you guys ask questions about passive crossovers, we now have a board that talks all about the different types of passive crossovers. So we'll be able to answer all those questions. So for example, this is the new speaker-for-speaker passive crossover that a lot of manufacturers are doing. Audison does a much nicer job than, let's say, Alpine, where they just kind of put it in the shrink wrap like this. So this crossover here is for the tweeter, and it has attenuation, which is nice. This is a passive crossover just for the mid-bass. Why this is important is if you're going to put the tweeter in the A-pillar and the mid-bass in the door, you now have, tweeter can have its crossover and the mid-range can have its crossover, unlike a conventional style where you now have to put this somewhere in the car. This just makes it easier. This, of course, is just a standard capacitor. We have a standard 2-channel passive crossover where you have 2 inputs, 2 outputs, tweeter, mid-range. We have a 3-way passive crossover. There again, 2 inputs, tweeter, mid-bass output. Then we have the 2 focals, and you're saying, well, those look identical. They're actually a little bit different. This is a 3-way. As you can see from the gold stripe here, it has 2 channels of input and then 6 channels of output, tweeter, mid-bass. And then this one here is a biampable 2-way passive crossover. So that means if you'll see the 2 gold stripes here, there's jumpers inside. You can pull those jumpers out. We can run 2 channels in for, or sorry, 1 channel in for the tweeter, 1 channel in for the mid-range, run 2 separate channels, so like a 4-channel amp to power both a left and a right, and then we have the outputs. That's if your amplifier, let's say, doesn't have a 10-time multiplier switch for the tweeter, or it doesn't have a bandpass crossover for the mid-range. You can use the higher-end passive crossovers and do that. So when you guys ask those questions, we now have a board all set, ready to go. I know, it's little things that get me excited, guys. Okay.
All right.
Why is the normal Epicenter big, not small, like the new one? That is a good question, and actually the reason is simpler than you would think. It has to do with their competitors. If you go back and you look at some of the other companies that have come out with rip-off products of theirs, because you got to remember, the Epicenter has actually been around since the record player, all right? A lot of guys are like, what's this? No, the Epicenter was first. It's okay. Anyways, the reason why they've kept it looking the way they have is because, there again, it's been around for, what, 30 years now? And it's iconic. They don't want to change it because everyone that looks at the Epicenter knows this is the Epicenter. It has this stupid little plastic thing with the lights that come on. And of course, they're coming out with their anniversary, 30th anniversary, 50? Is it 30 years or 50 years? I don't know. They're coming out with an anniversary piece that's going to be coming out here shortly. They're only going to have 5,000 of them. If you got to see the audio, there's going to be 5,000. If Audio Control did do a training seminar on Thursday on Facebook, if you missed it, towards the end they show a picture of what the new Epicenter 30th anniversary, I keep saying 30, I hope it's 30, anniversary is going to look like, because they're only going to make 5,000 of them. It's going to have like blue LEDs. It's a brushed finish. It's awesome. Flat black. Oh, it's really sexy with gloss black lettering on it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But DJ Wrath, I gotta get with you, man. But
50 years.
The reason 50. Thank you. It's 50. So the 50th anniversary. I'm making it for 50 years. The reason why it has stayed the same size is because of the knockoffs. They wanted it to look the same.
And for the new one, they created this because they're gonna sell what, 1 million? They're about to sell 1 million.
They're about to sell 1 million of them.
And hey, there you go.
That's insane.
Why not, right?
All right, is the LC2i Pro a good solution for 2021 Honda Accord with non-premium system? Wanting to add subwoofer for now and a D4.800 for active front stage later. Okay, so if you're just going to do the subwoofer now, yes, the LC2i Pro would be fine to tap in to do that. When it's time to add the subwoofer, remove the LC2i Pro and just go directly into the D4.800 and use the D4.800 subwoofer output for your subwoofer. So you're going to have a redundant purchase here, but yes, those two would work fine.
All right, I had this one. Hang on.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you for the 5, man. Please help. For my truck, I'm trying to decide between Morel Tempo Ultras 692s and the Virtus 602s. I listen to rock and metal, heavy bass and drums.
I see the problem here because those 692s have some serious mid-bass.
Mid-bass, yeah.
Like, man, that's tough. And the tweeters are both awesome on both. The main difference, I think, is in the... I want to say 6x9s.
I would go for the 6x9s also, just because it has a bigger...
You know, depending on what my subwoofer is going to be, like if I'm doing a 10, I think the 6.5 would be better. Because I think the vocal and the tweet, you know, that higher frequency range is going to be better out of the Virtus. All right? But if I had like a 10, a 6, and a tweet, I'm going to get a really good range there. And that subwoofer is going to bring in enough of that mid-bass for me to fill in the gap. Okay? But if I'm really not doing much of a sub...
So, I mean, that will be the next question. Andrew, are you planning to do a subwoofer?
Well, that's why I'm kind of answering both questions there. If I'm going to have like a 10-inch sub in the back, or possibly 2 10s, I'm going 6.5 tweeters so I can get a better mid-range response. You know, better vocals and stuff like that. If I'm not, then if I need something to really pick up the mid bass and I can deal with a gap in the vocal, then I'd go 6x9 and tweeter. Regardless of whatever the stock size is, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. I'm going for performance of the speaker.
Sounds good.
But we've done both, and they both sound great. Like Victor has a set in his truck, and he absolutely loves them. He sends us a text like every other month going, "Oh my God, I love these. They're so amazing." And you know, he's my age, so he listens to the same crap I do. So,
all right.
Sometimes we split really thin hairs here, guys. Really thin hairs.
What are a good, cheap 6x9 speaker for the stock replacement? Thanks. The one that right now pops in my head like factory replacement,
power bass?
Just power bass.
Power bass.
Right on. I don't know what car do you have.
Yeah, I don't either.
But check power bass and you might get lucky on the car.
Yeah, power bass makes factory fit speakers for a lot of vehicles. Very affordable, awesome sounding. Like, yeah,
it's a good
like
sound,
you didn't pay for this. Now, if on the other side of that, if you go over to Kicker and check out the CS line of speakers, you're definitely getting way more than what you pay for with the Kicker CS line. There's no question about it. But there is a lot of good speakers that are affordable out there. Do you like the Focal Integration Series speakers? Love them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like a staple of life. How could you not?
All right. I have a CDT mids and highs. Mids in the lower front door, tweeters.
And the sail panel.
Sail panel. I have done time alignment, yet still cannot get the tweeters to sound right.
So there's a couple things. A lot of people, when they do time alignment, they start screwing with time alignment.
And we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Yeah.
20 inches is 20 inches, okay? So, for example, when you sit in the car, have a friend help you out. Because a lot of the times what happens is the measurement. You get the measurement wrong. So, sit in the car, get comfortable where you need to be, and measure to your nose. Okay, you can go to your ears, but measure your nose, okay? And have a friend or a loved one or somebody measure for you. And remember where the speaker is in the panel. A lot of people will go to the grill. You don't go to the grill, you go to the cone. So, you know, right at the dust cap. So, typically, what you'd want to do is, let's say you go to the grill. If the cone is set in 3 or 4 inches, make sure you add in 3 or 4 inches. If your tweeter is down from the grill, 1 inch, add 1 inch. If they're all 2 inches deep, then you don't have to do anything. Then you can go to the grill. But that never happens, okay? So measure that and make sure you have your numbers right. The next thing is once your numbers are good and you have the numbers, now you have to play with the level control on the DSP, because that is what's going to matter. Meaning this speaker here and this speaker here, don't necessarily have to play at the same level. This one is 3 feet from you. This one is 5 feet from you. This one may need to be down lower. And what you can experiment with is play them. Don't play all the sound at once, okay? Play just the tweeters. And play something like, go download the My Disc from iTunes. If you don't have iTunes, find the Sheffield Lab My Disc. And what it'll have is 2 tracks. One, it'll have, you know, I'm in the left, I'm in the center, and I'm in the right. And then it'll also have a polarity pop track. A polarity pop track, as you've heard in the videos we've done, where it's pop, 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 pop. That can be used for positioning because it's a dead center sound. So if you're sitting in the front seat and you're just playing the tweeters, when that polarity pop track goes, and your head is facing forward, okay? Or you're sitting, like if you sit like this in the car, sit like this in the car and keep your eyes forward. Don't look to the center of the dash. A lot of people do this, and that's going to screw up your imaging. So sit however you sit in the car. If you sit like this where you're driving, also measure to that too, because what will happen is the center will shift when you shift. So there again, not much, but it will. If you're like looking for pinpoint accuracy. All right, so listen to the pop track, and if the pop is here, start reducing the level of this speaker. And what you'll see very slowly is it'll start moving towards the center. Okay? Once you've got that, turn those off, repeat it with the mid-range, and get it to... Now, if they're both on the same channel, then you measure to the mid-range. Okay? Not the tweeter, unless, this is where it gets funny, unless the tweeter is the higher of the 2 speakers and you can hear that more, in which case then don't measure the mid-range, measure the tweeter, and use that measurement. Now, if they're both on their own channel, do the same thing we just talked about now with the mid-range, and try to get it in the same spot. So if you need to put something on your dash to where you think the tweeter is coming from, so you know to get the mid visually in that same spot, do that, like a quarter, a nickel, a sticker, a fuzzy sock, whatever you want to do. Okay, now play them both together. All right? You might have to do some minor adjustments past that point, but that's it. It's level control. But that, I mean, that in a nutshell, that's what you have to do, and just keep playing with it. And that's also dependent on, but before you can do any of that, you also have to make sure that your right and left EQ are the same. Because if you have one frequency on this side that's louder than it is on that side, it's not going to work either. So you have to, now if you're using like a radio or something like that, they just hope for the best and just pop track till it gets in the center, you're done. But the left and right tweeter and the left and right mid-range have to be almost identical in sound. If they're not, it's not going to matter, because if you have a signal coming from this tweeter that's 3 dBs louder than it is from this, it's just going to throw things off. So if this is playing frequencies that that's not playing, there's no way to align those because they're not playing the same thing. So for that, we use Pink Noise on the Test and Tune Educar, which you can also download on the Sheffield Lab My Disc. Okay, sorry, go ahead. I know.
Okay. Best 6x8 components for a 2010 Mazda. 6x8
Alpine
components.
R-types.
Hang
Okay.
on. I have another one over here.
Oh, German Maestro makes
German
those.
Maestro makes.
Yeah, German Maestro makes
German Maestro make 6x8 component.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's actually this one. I just went to the website.
Yeah, they do make a set because we saw it in the video.
You go to German Maestro.
It's right there on the bottom of the page. Yeah, good call. All right, there was one over here that I just saw that I wanted to. And it was funny because I went to, I don't know why I couldn't do it because I could have done it myself.
Yeah?
Yeah. Jesus, their amp kits are undersized but good. Okay. I think I meant Jesus. Is it okay to use 1800 watts for 1000 watt sub if the gain set right? I know the answer is yeah, just making sure.
Thank you, Darren, for the 5, man.
There again, gain, crossover, all that stuff set right, life is good, move on.
Anthony, thank you for the $4.99.
Would you ever use a Key 400 point or 200.4 with an aftermarket radio? Yes, yeah. Actually we've done it all the time because there again, it's a DSP, it's auto EQ'd. Not everyone wants to screw with all the settings on the radio, but yeah. I mean, I know its primary function is for aftermarket use, but we've done plenty of situations where we put them in on a factory radio, pulled out the factory radio, put in an aftermarket radio, reran the software, and the guy's even happier because now we don't have to deal with all the BS and it sounds even better.
All right, focal access components or Kenwood biamp. Where is it? Biampable component, which is better speaker?
I really like those Kenwoods, man.
Kenwoods are nice.
I really like the Kenwoods.
I mean, the full access also.
I mean, they're nice,
really
dude.
nice,
We haven't done a set of full access in such a long time. Honestly, if you're in that price point, check out the Morel Maximus with the US on the end. Check out the Morel Maximus 602 Mark IIs. Okay, around the same price point, awesome. Redo my classes. What's up, Wolf?
Hey, Dean, peppermint, gunpowder.
So
milkshake.
we got. So she watched Gunpowder Milkshake. What now? Have you watched Ava or Anna? AVA or Anna? If you those two.
Yeah.
There's another one too that isn't as good as those. There's a movie called What Happened to Sunday. Okay. And the actress that's in that did another Netflix movie where she was like this bodyguard and has to take care of this chick. Another one of those chick super fly movies where she's a super badass. But check out, go to the IMDb page for What Happened to Sunday, find her, and then there's a movie that she did, which I can't remember what it was, that was also really good. But Ava, Anna, and then her movie, there's 3 right there. And if you watch all those this weekend, man, come on, really?
AAA, huh? Ava, Anna.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Whatever.
What speakers did you say had insane mid-bass? I missed it. It was the Morel 6x9 component set. So, yeah.
ILS Love, thank you for the 5, man.
Oh, Deviant has arrived. What's up, Deviant? First time ever on the show. Legend of Cario. Dean knows what's up.
All right, Lawrence.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the 10, man. My wife already has a Haley Special in her car. It's a 2016 Highlander 9 JBL. If I add a new head unit, Pioneer or Kenwood, can I retain the same setup as possible at the Epicenter to my Kicker 500.1?
100%. I think we answered that question when we said yes, you could run a Kicker key in the system. 100%. Haley's getting ready. At some point, I get a free day that I have to put the head unit in her car.
You do? Really? Huh.
Well, yeah, I don't even know how that's going to happen. But so I'm getting ready to put a CarPlay radio in her car, which we don't know if we're keeping the Kicker keys in there right away, but we probably will. And we're going to do a video where we'll at least do a video on how we show how all that works, how you can integrate into the Kicker keys with an aftermarket radio. So we'll have that video just because we've done it before, we just haven't filmed it, so we'll film it in her car, the evolution of the Haley system. But for those of you who don't know what the Haley system is, it's basically a Kicker key front stage and or all 4, front and rear, and a key 501 on the sub. It's an awesome affordable system that you can put in to your car and just get I mean, you didn't pay for all that sound. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you did, but you really didn't.
Memphis is making an exact copy of the Epicenter Mini.
Yes.
I feel everybody
has a. I think.
Yes.
What is it?
Every single one.
I know they all got
like, it doesn't matter what brand, they just still copying this stuff. So.
What happened to Monday? Oh, was it What Happened to Monday, Wolf? Okay, I thought it was Sunday. What Happened to Monday was a great movie.
What happened to Sunday? Because that's the only day you have. That's
why. The premise of the story is they live in a time where you can only have like 1 kid, and they have 7 kids, and they're twins. They have 7 identical twins.
Oh, wow.
And so they just name them Monday through Sunday, and each one of them only gets to go out. Each one of them only gets to go out one day. Well, Monday ends up disappearing. So
thank God.
They have to figure out what happened. Alpine ILX W650, MDX 7706. If you can do an iData interface, like if your car needs an iData interface, that's not a question. 7706, you're gonna do it because the Kenwood has that ability to do the iData interface. It's way awesome. Other than that, they're both 2 excellent head units. As we reported Friday on the news channel, for those guys who didn't know, we do news at 9 o'clock on Dean Fernando's Car Stereo Clips. And Alpine has sold the most this COVID, so that the ILX W650 is clearly just kicking its butt. However, the Kenwood was right behind it, the 706, and of course the 7706 was right below that. So,
dude, you were ruining the movie. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
No, but I don't know what happens. I've never gotten through the movie. I'm just telling you the plot. It tells you the plot in the And dude, you can pick the plot of the movie in the trailer. I didn't tell you that.
This is a serious question.
Okay.
Focal or boss?
Focal or boss? What kind of boss are we talking about?
I know, right? That's 25.
Have you ever installed the KS 6x9 and the 6.5 components? Not yet. There was one situation where we were going to put them in, but after talking with a customer, he needed an actual tweeter because he was really going for that sound. Not that they don't play high, but they don't play. To me, I think they sound better when you add some form of DSP to them, so that you can kind of really work those speakers up. But
any input on the Kappa 10-inch subwoofer bandpass box?
No, I didn't know they had one. I got to be honest with you. So we haven't done anything with JBL in a while. We had to return the DSP amplifier. If you notice, DSP amplifier is missing here. It's gone. They needed it back. It wasn't ours. We only had it for a short period of time. So I don't know if we're going to do anything else with them. Bullet tweeters for the win. But we'll see. New Sony ES speakers. Thoughts? Did you get to hear the Sony ES speakers?
No.
I mean, I heard them in the car.
Yeah.
But I didn't really, I'm not going to lie, I didn't pay attention. I mean, if I did, it's in the video because I don't remember. But we will have the Sony ES video out next week that is going to talk to you all about the Sony ES technology and fun stuff like that. And if you guys didn't catch, if you guys are, any of you are interested in MECP, wanting to get mobile electronics certification program, $99, whole bunch of information, fun on your phone, your app, something to do while you're in the bathroom and learn about 12 volts, then by all means, make sure you check out the video that we just released on Friday. Hi guys, finally get to catch one of these live. I know I missed
me. Hey Nick.
Oh, it's Nick Fontaine. What's up, man? I'm going full active 10 speakers plus one L7S. What better, the LC
6100 or the LC 1300 or the LC 6100 plus an LC 4.800 plus an LC 1.800.
So basically we got a 6-channel amp, which is 6 by 120 or 110, and we got the 5-channel, which is 100 and then 500 watts roughly for a subwoofer. Or we go 110 by 10 and 800 watts for a sub. Really the comparison, the only question is here is how much power do you need for your sub? If the 500 watts for your sub is plenty, I go 2 amplifiers just to make my life simple, keep my current draw to a minimum in this situation. To me, that's more important than having that. But if I'm
assuming you have a separate DSP.
Even if you don't, regardless of the DSP, I mean, I would do like a DMA10 and just call it a day. But either way, I think the question just comes down to current consumption, because going that way, you're drawing probably another 60, 80 amps of current, which is substantial. So if you don't need the power for the subwoofer, then I would just go with the 5-channel.
Okay.
And that is the thing.
Right now, on the car, it doesn't...
So right now, the car's in limbo.
Right.
I did something bad to a product we were supposed to review, and we're just waiting for the product to come back. So one of the things that manufacturers give us products to test is to see if Dean can break them. And I try really hard, and I'm pretty damn good at what I do.
Hey,
so
if you want something...
If you want something broken, if you're
just
like, you can't break this,
just send it to Dean.
Hold my tea. So right now we're kind of in limbo on the lab. It has a set of ground zero
uranium 6.5 components.
Oh, they sound so amazing. It has ground zero. It's
no DSP. It's just straight power. Of course, we set the crossovers and everything.
They sound phenomenal.
They sound really nice.
Really nice.
With nothing.
Yeah.
El Fernandez, thank you for the 20, brother. Have a wonderful weekend, you and the family.
Oh my God! Look at the time.
Chris.
Look at the time. There we go. Audio Control is a sponsor of the show this week, so make sure you check that out. Also, for those of you guys that are wondering why that German Maestro is across the bottom, you didn't read it. They will be here Friday. You're going to get 2 shows. You're going to get one Friday and you're going to get one Saturday. That show's back to back. Lots of fun. there again, it's going to be a talking show on Friday, meaning we're going to have them here. We're going to interview them, so there won't be it's not a Q&A show, so don't be like, oh, cool, we get 2 Q&A. No. We won't get 2 Q&As. We're going to have them here. We're going to ask them questions, okay? Why is German Maestro formerly known as MB Quartz? What do we need to know about them? All the things that didn't get answered in the video. If you're not familiar with German Maestro and you'd like to get up to speed, go back this week. On Thursday, we released the German Maestro video, or Monday, one of those. Anyways, we released the German Maestro video where we got, maybe it was the week before last. I don't remember. We talked with them. They told us all about the products. Check it out, and then we'll have them here on Friday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. We're going to find out all about the products, all about the future. It's a brand new dive here in the United States. These guys that are handling the company, it's all new, it's all exciting, and they're awesome guys. Fernando's the newest family member.
Hey,
they adopted him. It's hilarious.
Seriously, guys, these guys are really nice, down to earth.
He's got sound right now. Oh, he's totally got sound.
No. I have music and everything.
It all plays.
Everything plays.
We're
done nothing.
We're kind of in limbo because we have to finish. We're waiting for the amp to come back. That's basically what happens.
Columbus, Ohio. What's up? But yeah, guys, don't forget 6:30 on Friday here in YouTube. We're gonna have the guys from German Maestro talk about all the stuff that they've done.
Now, for the rest of you that are like, hey man, I need to really update my wardrobe. Well, if you're a fan of Brian Mitchell, like you're like, dude, this guy's insane. He makes some of the coolest stuff ever. We have the new, taking it to the Brian Mitchell mode. That's right, Brian mode. We all live in that 0 to 10 world. This guy lives outside of that.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen if you didn't get to see the truck, the Challenger, the Cadillac, Jesus, man, this guy, I mean, dude, he put LEDs in his speaker power wires underneath the carpet so you can set, to take a video so you know which direction the stuff is going.
Where is
insanity.
It's
on YouTube.
Right here.
Yeah.
Just
best
check it
sounding
out.
car ever. Just Google best sounding car ever. I think it pops up. Anyways, taking it to the Brian mode. If you're an ARC Audio fan, then definitely need to have this shirt. Also, whoa, what happened there? That's Maestro. Let's not go there. All right, cool. Yeah, allow. All right, let's go back to this. If you want tools, cool tools to do your installations, you want to see what we use, Dean and Fernando's tool drawer, or dnftooldrower.com, that's dnftooldrower.com, is the place for you. Here you can find links to all the tools we use. One of the nice things is that you go to the meters and probes sections. Down here you'll find all the cool meters and probes that we use, and if you scroll to the bottom right there, polarity pops that we were talking about earlier, you can just download this. So if you have a phone, you can play it directly from our website. If you want that, hey, left, right, center person talking to you, it's right here. If you need a pink noise, it's right here. They're all downloadable for you. So if you don't have iTunes and you're like, oh, I don't know, there you go. You can get them here. So check that out for sure. Also, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, I find
Lots of fun. Oh, you found the Brian thing? That's not
this
Brian.
This is the LED, yeah.
Oh, this is Brian.
Yeah, that's Brian right
Mitchell.
there.
So this is the Cadillac video.
Let me see if I can find
that was the back of the car. Yeah. There it is.
There you go.
Look at that. Is that not insanity?
You see the signal? Oh, man. Beautiful.
Who's that guy?
Nobody knows this guy.
Nobody knows that guy.
Everybody knows this guy.
I hope so. I don't even know that guy.
Who's that guy?
What are we watching? That guy.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Why are you in my show?
God, I need to shave. Holy crap.
Yeah. All right, guys.
That's it. You guys have a wonderful weekend. It's Saturday night. The Olympics are on. Everyone should be at home watching the Olympics, supporting your favorite country, whatever that might be. Hopefully you guys are taking home lots of gold. But if you're going to be at home, hey, do whatever you want. Run around naked. I don't care. But you'll be able to come back Monday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're over on Facebook answering all your questions, having a gay old time. But if you're going to go someplace else and watch the Olympics, make sure you play it smart. Go outside. Use your phone, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend that hasn't done dumb stuff like you did tonight, and get home safe, okay? That's the most important thing. You get home safe and don't hurt anyone on your way home, because we want to see you back here Monday.
Yep.
If you have questions during the week, make sure you head over to Instagram, follow us. You should always follow us on Instagram. 5-Star Car Stereo, the number 5-Star Car Stereo. We like to go on there daily, tell you what's happening in the Bay, answer a couple questions, have a lot of fun. Just kind of extends things out, makes things all that much more exciting because, let's be honest, I don't want to go on TikTok. Who's got time for that?
We should do TikToks.
And of course, we'll see you guys next week. You guys have a wonderful weekend as always.
Bye,
Fernando.
guys.
Fade to black.